Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's just gone 7 o'clock. To have a meeting of a council, we need 9 people to have a quorum, which is clearly 9 members here. The chair and the vice chair have given me their apologies for the start of the meeting. They're in a Lancaster City Council cabinet meeting at the moment, so we have no chair and vice chair. So in accordance with our standing orders, I have to ask for nominations from the floor to chair this meeting. If they're not here when this meeting finishes and the next one starts, will we do the same?
Yeah,
Just
okay. Can I nominate Councillor Heath, please?
I'll second.
We've got a nomination.
So that Councillor Heath nominated, that's been seconded. Are there any more nominations, please? Okay, Councillor Heath.
Before it gets cold.
Apologies for absence, please.
I've received apologies, Chair, from Councillor June Ashford, Councillor Page, Councillor Whittaker, Councillor Pattison, Councillor Clifford, Councillor Brendan Hughes, Councillor Janet Hanson are the ones I've received.
And I tender apologies on behalf of Councillor Davis. I've just been with her, she's just not very good.
Is she still unwell?
Sorry?
Is she still unwell?
Yes, she's no mobility at all. She found it very difficult to get about. She's in
Declaration of interest, anybody?
I think, Chair, just for the point of interest, I had mentioned it to David, I think he's fairly comfortable. Those members of the Blues can still speak on any of the matters coming through.
Right. Agenda item. Is it 3 or 7? Yeah. On page 2, a review of public participation at council meetings. Oh, do you want, sorry, Benjamin. You can do this one. Okay, have we got any speakers on this? I know I want to speak because I've already got it written down, so. Okay, I go ahead. I'd just like to say, I think this renewed procedure goes against the council's values of public participation. It makes it an obstacle course for people to come and speak at council. I think on A, it's saying that people have to live within the area, but councillors can live within 4 miles of the area. And that seems an alarm bell to me that councillors and public should have the same rules. I think it would be almost impossible for people to get in a written question within 3 working days of the council. The agenda doesn't normally come out until 7 days before. So I would actually like to say that can I propose to the Chair? Propose that we don't accept this review of public participation. Oh, thank you. Could I have a second?
Yes.
Any amendments or anybody wants to speak on?
That's a proposal to reject the proposal.
Yes.
Now, if I would want to speak in favour of the proposal, but I might want to amend it. So, what's the correct procedure for doing that?
You can stand and speak, John, yes.
Right. Well, that's what I will do, so at an appropriate time.
Yeah. Appropriate time now.
I understand what you say about the nature of the course. And first of all, let me say why I think the suggestions be put down. And then I will say what I want to do to amend it, which I hope will make it much less of an obstacle, of course, but more in keeping with what it is. The people who have suggested this, of which I am one, wish to do. People have been using the facility to speak there to complain about the council and complain about members of the council. I don't wish to curtail people's ability to complain, not for a single moment. If we're doing things wrong, or if any individual member is doing something wrong, they should be taken to task for it. But there is a formal complaints procedure. And one of the problems with people just speaking from that forum is that there's never any resolution. So the people who speak find themselves very dissatisfied with it and with the results. They find they don't get the answers they want. If they take part in a formal complaints procedure, that has to be investigated, and they will get the answers they want. Well, they may not get the answers they want, but they'll get the answers to the questions they've asked. Which is why I think the process needs to be revised. The principle behind public participation is to allow members of the public to influence this council on the matters we are going to be discussing that evening. Any item that's on the agenda. And that seems to me to be an entirely right and proper thing to do. It would be good for us to hear what members of the public have to say, especially people who might know more about it than we do. So I think that's the right thing to be able to do. And the aim behind this item 2 is to enable that to happen, and to enable it to happen in a structured way. Right. That's the purpose behind it. To look at the matter that Councillor Heath raised about it being an obstacle course, I think there's some merit in that argument, Trish. I agree with you. And I don't want to discourage people from speaking to us. I would agree that anybody who would normally be eligible to stand for the council should be able to speak. I agree with that. So, I mean, I would wish to modify item B to suggest that they'd be the same kind of people who get it to stand. I'm not quite sure how you would word that, but that's what I would want to do. I don't see any need for anyone who has anything to say to us to have to tell us in advance what it is they want to say. I don't see any reason for that at all. I'm quite happy for them simply to signify which item on the agenda they want to speak to. That's what you have to do if you want to go to the City Council and speak. And much of this protocol was derived from the City Council's protocol. And I think that's reasonable. And the other change I would wish to make is that instead of speaking at the beginning in a public participation section, having signified which item on the agenda they wish to speak to, I would wish to see them have the opportunity to speak immediately before that item on the agenda, much as you do, say, in the City Council's planning meeting. That way, anything they have to say will be fresh in our minds when they have said it, and we can take due account of it. There's also a chance then for whatever it might be, whether it's a proposal, whether it's a committee report, for the person making the proposal, the committee chairman, there's a chance then for them, in summary, to reply to all the points made, including those made by the members of the public. Much more easily done, I think, if they speak just before the item on the agenda. So I would want to amend this. I was looking at it this afternoon to see how I could amend it, and I'm just not quite sure how I would do it. Item C, it seems to me, is not unreasonable, but we don't need to know what it is they want to say in advance. And item F would be the one you need to amend if you want to speak immediately before the agenda item. I do realise we'd have to adjourn the meeting every time, but the numbers of people who ever want to speak at these things are relatively few, so it wouldn't be desperately painful. And the formal process of adjournment is a fairly simple and straightforward one. But the item F talks about the question asked by a member of the public may not be answered during the meeting. I assume that really means might not be answered rather than may not be answered. That's the intention, I think, there. And it might not be, but it's more likely to be, if for the reasons stated there, it's more likely to be if they're making a point that the proposer or the mover can reply to. I think fundamentally that's it, really.
So, could I ask you just to say what your amendment is?
I know, it's difficult, isn't it?
Okay.
When it's finished.
We could,
I mean, it would depend upon whether people want to do it or not, but if in principle people wanted to do it, we could remit this from being redrafted to be redrafted. So perhaps a proposal I would make would be a counter proposal, if I can do that, that the revised public participation procedure be redrafted to enable further consideration as to who should speak and at what point in the meeting. That might be easier than try to amend it now on the hoof, really.
So you're...
Can I do that?
That would be your amendment, that it be redrafted. Yeah. It's actually a different proposal, isn't it?
It's not
Yes.
the original.
It's not an amendment, really, it's a
Redrafting the revised
proposal.
protocol. Or redrafting the revised public participation procedure.
Yeah. I think that because it's not actually an amendment, it would have to be taken as a separate proposal.
Right, yes, I think you're right. And that proposal would have to be, well, the
So
question
you
is,
have
can
to-
I make such a proposal, and if I can, it would have to be taken first, wouldn't it?
No, second. Amendment is taken first,
Yes, that's what I mean.
proposal is taken
But
second.
You're making a proposal, not an amendment.
I'm making a proposal to remit this proposal. If you don't make that first, then it's a bit nonsensical, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. My proposal came first that we accept, that we refuse this paper. So therefore, if you're making another proposal,
Okay.
that would be taken
Oh, right,
after
yeah,
that.
yeah, I go along with that.
Yeah.
I go along with that. Yeah, I can live with that. I'll sit down.
That's the thing.
thank you, Chair. The original proposal, which we're now thinking of shelving to a certain extent, or redrafting or whatever. I had one or two things to say about it. First of all, I'd just like to know why the questions have to pertain to a subject that's on the agenda. If somebody has a question to ask the council, quite rightly it should be heard by the council, whether it's on the agenda or not. I can't see the point in you've just limited it to agenda items. That's point number one. Point number two, you must get 3 working days. I think that's pretty okay. But I think there should be something in that. If an emergency comes up or something, or a special thing which we can't predict at the moment, should be with the clerk's permission to be allowed to quote with something within that 3-day limit. If it's relevant, and important enough. And what were the other ones? I think the rules about having some live in the boundary, the town boundaries. I think that's fair enough. Again, apart from at the clerk's discretion for an exceptional question that somebody wants to ask that is relevant to the council. It could be, I don't know, somebody who owns a business in the town but lives out of it. And obviously they will be still allowed in that case to ask the question, I think. But I think you think of certain circumstances where somebody from outside more would like to ask this council a question that is relevant, and I think with the clerk's discretion, or the leader's discretion, it should be allowed to be considered.
Could I add a couple of points there, and if we stick with the original, then that covers that. So, does anybody else wish to speak?
Sorry, that covers that.
The current standing orders
Yeah.
cover some of the points you've made.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I beg your pardon.
Okay, so we move to the vote on
The First Amendment.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, the first
proposal.
proposal, yeah. Status quo, is that right?
And that means, but just to
Status quo.
clarify, it's the status quo, which is the standing orders we have in place at the moment.
Can we have a recorded vote, please? Can two of you request a recorded vote?
No, sorry, we can't take it, but we will have the vote. It's quite easy to see who's voting. Right, all those in favour of the proposal to keep the status quo?
Eight.
Against?
I can't vote, Chair, because I was late.
Abstentions? I think that's everybody, isn't it? So that's carried. So Max takes it. Oh, sorry, I thought she was vice. Staffing issues. Does anybody want to take a lead on this, or do you want me to say?
What are we on now?
It's the staffing issues.
Anybody wish to speak on it?
Chair, just as a matter of clarification, I think the line management and responsibility, to my understanding, having gone back through all the documents, as far as I'm aware, without any formal resolution, it is still the chair of the town council who is the line manager of the clerk. Can I ask if the clerk can confirm that? It's just, I've gone back through all the documents to see what and where, and it does seem that that's still the
Over the last 2 years, I've been quite unclear about that because all the things that happened,
Yes.
which is why I brought this tonight.
Yes.
If you look at documents, you would point towards the chair, but sometimes that is made very unclear to me, has been made unclear to me.
I think, just as a point, I think as the chair of the town council is nominally the leader of the town council, and it is he or she is the most appropriate person. It may well be that under certain circumstances, if the chair is not available, the vice chair could stand in under those circumstances, and I don't think anybody would have a specific object, absence, holidays or whatever. But it does seem to me that if you will, to delegate it to a committee chair gives you a very unclear line of management, that really the chair of the town council is the one that if something goes wrong will have to set the brief. So the chair of the town council is the person who really should be sort of saying, to give information to the clerk and say, I want this and that done. It seems to be a much clearer system, and I think we've come up against a problem that what we have in our system is committees recommend, and it's only full council that actually dispense and take the decisions. So it does seem a much more obvious method, and it does seem to be the one that
Before I
exists.
take the next speaker, is that a proposal, if it's not already in standing orders, that the chair?
I would suggest that. I would refer you to 2015, where it does seem to have made that clear, and I do not able to find any alternative.
Councillor Flynn.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, it's something that needs formalising. It's a situation that's obviously causing issues, and it wants sorting out. Instead of working like an ad hoc basis, it wants a definite solution formalising. Everybody is entitled to support it working after what the job is. And our clerk is, the deputy clerk are no exception. And they need their support, and if we get, I've seen occasions where they've been left out, basically from get to drive, without support, making decisions, possibly not too clear about, and I think a weekly meeting with somebody, if not the clerk, if not the leader, and the delegated person, that the vice clerk and the deputy clerk are happy with, and we're all happy with, seems to be solutions, you know. We could meet on a weekly basis and whenever.
Sorry.
As far as I'm aware, this has already been sorted, the chair and the deputy chair. I'm going to sort it, Roger's right.
Yeah.
Because if Darren doesn't turn up or for whatever reason, it'll be Janice,
Yes.
but they might turn up together, I don't know, but it's already been sorted. So Roger's right, what he's saying, you know, and I think...
For clarity, can we just go back then? We'll take them one at a time. So on A, can we have a vote that everybody is agreed that it's the chair and the vice chair that are the line managers? Sorry. Okay. So B, line management responsibilities for the assistant clerk. Now, as far as I know, it's the clerk that is a line manager for the assistant clerk.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is normal policy.
Yeah.
Formally resolved.
So everybody happy with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. C, weekly supervision meetings. Don't know whether there's, Councillor Flynn, did you make a suggestion on this or just say that it would be advisable? Does this need to be the chairman again or?
In that.
Sorry, John.
You say a weekly, I mean, I think personally it should be up to David, and happy if they want a weekly meeting with them, or do you want a fortnightly one? I think it's up to them.
Yeah,
really.
interesting.
I mean, is that what you want, David? Weekly meetings or fortnightly meetings?
I would prefer weekly.
Well,
I
weekly
understand it's difficult for members who work and have other things going on in their lives to also commit to that. I completely understand that. But the council is a corporate body that employs us to,
Yeah.
and the council makes a decision. And sometimes problems arise. I know.
Yeah.
I know if I meet the chair or the vice chair, they haven't got any executive power to make a decision. I don't understand that. Things happen in our jobs which would be good to discuss face to face with the chair or the vice chair.
Look, it won't matter what day, is it? Because I mean, there might be somewhere else.
That's
You
it.
can't say every Tuesday. So you've got a week to sort it out.
Okay, so for C,
Every week.
I would happy that the line manager, so is either the chair or the vice chair, has a weekly supervision meeting with the clerk.
Yeah.
Sorry, John, did you want to move forward?
I just want to try and build a little bit of leeway into it if possible, that's all. There may just be occasions when a weekly supervision meeting just is not possible. So,
Wherever possible then.
so
Yeah.
I would say wherever possible and at least fortnightly, no less than fortnightly.
Yeah, whenever possible, yeah.
Okay, is everybody happy with that?
Sunday morning. Happy.
Oh, yes.
I go to church every Sunday. Pass it every day for paper.
Chair,
D, appraisal of the clerk. Sorry.
well, Chair, there was two things I wanted to add, and I hope members, please excuse me, but I think it's important that also chairs of committees are prepared to meet with the clerk before the agendas go out. That there has been one or two matters that things have arisen, that if the chair's comfortable with it, then that's fine. But it does seem to me that that's the sort of thing that should happen. That wherever possible, and that, again I appreciate there's but wherever possible, before agendas go out, the chair of that committee and the clerk should meet. There are deputies as well, so that the same rule would apply. But it just doesn't seem to be a sensible thing that this is what we're putting out, and then nobody's turning around and saying, well, I didn't say that, or whatever. It just prevents confusion.
Is anybody objecting to adding that to the list? Is everybody happy with that? It's not what used to happen, but it's just making it formal, isn't it, in case of emergency? Appraisal of the clerk. There was only one question I'd like to perhaps ask, if I can ask to the chair on this. I'm not sure where we are with the list that was going to be provided, a job description and et cetera. Are those all in place?
Yeah.
They're in place. Right, okay.
So,
Yes, if you could send those out to members of the appraisal panel.
sorry, Chair, can I again, can I formally request that we get at least a week's notice of that so all members can read it, and if they've got any questions, we can ask the relevant questions, because sometimes, you know, you get it and you sort of think, well, what exactly does that mean and what? So a week before we have the meeting will be fine. The other ones that I do have some concern that I want to formally raise as part of this process is I've got some concerns regarding some activities that we should risk assess that the clerk and the assistant clerk carry out, and particularly matters such as we've got the speed cameras and we're going to have a couple more. Now at the moment the clerk and the assistant clerk erect, take them down and move them to different locations. I am a little bit uncomfortable with that. I think we should be very careful because they are pieces of technical equipment, and if it's going to be used for the schools, I actually think, as a governor of the school, that the schools should start doing some of that work. The other one is, given what's gone on with Legionella in the toilets, I am a little bit concerned about the procedures that are being followed to minimise that. And I actually think, I'm not sure whether the offer that we had from Aqua Engineering still stands, but I think we've got to be careful now that either it is in position or it's not. But I also think that what we seem to be doing is running taps for long periods of time on a presumption that that will minimise the risk. And I think we need to be much more focused on what the risk is and trying to deal with it. So we need a proper assessment on that. The final one, and the one that made me a little bit nervous, is the new cameras that are going to be installed for monitoring where dumping is taking place. Again, I think we need to be very clear that when something of that nature occurs, we do need to risk assess, because it may well be that under all circumstances, if somebody's putting a camera up, that somebody might be nicked for dumping rubbish, the person that's putting it up could potentially be at risk. And I just think those are some of the matters that we perhaps need, in whatever way the council decides, we need to assess those to minimise the risk and the liabilities, because if Legionella occurs and somebody's doing something and said, well, do you have a technical qualification to do that? You could finish up with us being in a very difficult position regarding somebody making a claim against it. Just matters, I think, that we need to be clear about.
Okay, I think with that, I think perhaps if we ask David to take a list of those through to the next finance and management meeting to discuss those. And I take it the clerk will liaise with the committee to sort out a date for that meeting. We'll be happy with that.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you. Janice? Yeah. That's the end of that meeting, so Janice takes it.